Hello and welcome to Mickeyology, where we take Disney a little too seriously. I'm Austin Rathall, and today we're exploring one of the all-time great Disney classics, Mary Poppins. This movie is a milestone in Disney history. It spawned a Broadway musical based on the movie, a sequel to the original movie, a Disneyland restaurant inspired by the movie, and even a Disney movie about the making of the movie. Mary Poppins is also a milestone in film history. At the time of this recording, it's the 27th highest-grossing film of all time, adjusted for inflation. It won a Golden Globe and 5 Oscars in 1965, earned Dick Van Dyke a Grammy for his performance on the soundtrack, and perhaps most importantly, it was Julie Andrews' first ever film.
It's practically perfect in every way.
That's a lot of the movie's real-world history, but what do we know about its in-universe history? In what year is Mary Poppins supposed to have floated down from the sky, and where exactly is she meant to have landed? Let's examine the clues inside the film and see if we can tell when and where Mary Poppins takes place. Viewers can tell instantly where Mary Poppins takes place because the film opens with aerial shots of London, England. Then the camera takes us down to street level to meet Bert, who guides us to the Banks home. This home has an address too.
Number 17 Cherry Tree Line, you say?
This isn't a real address, but the Banks house does resemble plenty of real London homes. Almost immediately after showing us where the story takes place, the film reveals when it takes place. Mr. Banks soon arrives home and sings a song called The Life I Lead. In it, he sings,
"It's grand to be an Englishman in 1910. King Edward's on the throne."
Not only does this tell us the year in which the story is set, but it also tells us what part of the year. You see, 1910 was the last year of King Edward VII's reign. He died on May 6th of that year, so we know that the film must take place before May 6th, 1910. All this proves that Mary Poppins takes place in London, England in early 1910. So, there we go. All done. Well, since I've got you here, should we do the sequel?
It is wonderful to see you.
Yes, it is, isn't it?
The second film, Mary Poppins Returns, takes place in the same location as the first, but Jane and Michael Banks, who were children in the first film, are adults in this one. So how much time has passed between the two stories? On-screen text tells us this movie is set in London during the days of the Great Slump. That, as you may have guessed, is another name for the Great Depression. The Depression lasted from 1929 to 1939, so Mary Poppins Returns takes place at some point in that decade. But when exactly? Official statements are a little inconsistent on that point. Articles from D23.com, The Hollywood Reporter, and Vogue all say the film takes place in 1935, 25 years after the original. However, costume designer Sandy Powell, producer Mark Platt, and director Rob Marshall have all gone on record saying the film takes place in 1934. Since they were each intimately involved in making the movie, their statements obviously carry more weight than the others. By the way, placing the film in 1934 is quite apropos, since that was the year the first Mary Poppins book was published. Based on these clues, I'm placing Mary Poppins Returns in London, England in 1934. So, there you have it. That is my theory for when and where the two Mary Poppins films take place. Please let me know in the comments what you think of my conclusions and when and where you think the movies take place, and let me know which Disney movie you would like me to analyze next. Don't forget to leave a like and to subscribe, and as always, thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.